Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome back to another episode, a little side episode from the normal episodes that we do every Monday. We'll be discussing the team of the year today on this very bitter Sunday. So, boys, I've had a look at it myself, and if I'm honest, it's a bit dry from my perspective. I'm not a fan of it, in my personal opinion. I think there could be a lot more better players in that team, but I guess obviously I think more or less people think it's like a FIFA kind of team of the year. They think, oh, what cards will look good in a game instead of actually who did well that year, I think. But I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'll go first. I agree with you. I think there's definitely way more deserving players in this team of the year. I've got it up now as well. There's a couple of these players that I think it's just their FIFA card that everyone wants like an upgraded version, but yeah, it's not accurate. And we're going to discuss it, of course. Go on, Dan.
Yeah, I agree with you. There are a few players. No, I was going to literally agree. There are a few players that stand out that just shouldn't be anywhere near the team, whether it's the FIFA team of the year or the actual team of the year itself. Whenever it comes around, it is, as you said, a FIFA team of the year, which obviously it is, but it's FIFA bias as opposed to actual footballing knowledge.
Yeah,
they haven't actually considered everyone's stats for the entire year. They haven't considered the actual playing ground of everything. They've kind of just gone, do you know what? Yeah, he'll get 80 plus stats on all this FIFA cards. Yeah, might as well give it to him. And you're like, well, what's the point in that? It just ruins the whole aspect of team of the year.
He's an OP right back, 99 pace. Do you know
see what I mean? It just ruins it.
Okay,
who's in goal?
Shall I go? I got it up on the system. We can go as
Donnarumma in it.
Donnarumma in goal.
Yeah.
Which I think is I'll start with this one because it's either him or Mendy, and Mendy did win the Champions League, but I'm not mad at Donnarumma because he did have a sick Euros, didn't he?
Yeah.
Do you know what
I mean? I'm not overly mad at Donnarumma getting that title, but I do think it was deserving of Edward Mendy. I think he definitely deserved that goalkeeping role. As you said, he won the Champions League. Yes, Donnarumma won the Euros. They both won equally big trophies, but if you compare the stats for their goalkeeping stats overall this year, you actually see that Mendy's got levels above Donnarumma's stats, and for some reason the Euros is considered the all above all. So let's say in this December when the World Cup goes on, if let's say Colombia wins the World Cup, do you know what I mean? Is Muriel going to get team of the year or something just because he's won? Do you know what I mean? What are we basing it on?
Dan, what
it's
do you
not
think?
basing it on stats anymore.
That's true.
I agree with Al in regards to obviously he was saying for hypothetically Colombia win a big tournament or whatever, but it's also as you said, it was between two keepers. It was between him or Mendy.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of anyone else that would potentially. Obviously, you've got your Edisons, you've got your again, Edison's the only other keeper I can think of. I'm probably being dumb here.
No,
Neuer hasn't really been at it.
No, I think you're right. I think if there is a third
other
keeper,
leagues. Serie A keepers, it would have been Donnarumma. Obviously, he moved to Liga, and there aren't any standout apart from Chesney maybe. But again, he wasn't good enough. He didn't do a lot in the league, Champions League.
You could say Pickford for the Euros as well, though. You could say Pickford because Pickford had an outstanding Euros.
For Everton, he's a bit of a donkey for Everton.
Yeah, but then that's why Donnarumma won the title, or won the thing because of the Euros as well, because of the outstanding. So you could that's what I'm saying. There's loads of different.
I think if I'm going to defend Donnarumma, he did say 3 penalties in the final. I think he kept clean sheets in most of the games.
It was two,
Pickford,
that's true.
Can't take pens.
That's true. It could have been the penalty takers just wasn't good pens. But another thing with Donnarumma is I swear he's been on the bench for PSG for since he has joined.
Just chilling in goal still.
Whereas Mendy has been a starter. He's won the Super Cup, etc. Yeah. So I think we would probably all go Mendy, wouldn't we? But we're not fully mad at Donnarumma getting it. Are we?
No,
we're
not.
As I say, it was one of the two. They got it right in regards to one of the two. They couldn't anyone else, and it was wrong. But
definitely. I agree with that.
Sweet, should we go to the back line? Should I read the whole back line and then we can just discuss? Or
go right back first. No, start right back.
Right, we've got Hakimi.
That's the Buki one.
Get rid of him.
That's the Buki one. It's very strange.
The
He had a
only
they're
decent,
paid.
decent first half of the season at Inter. He got transferred to PSG. He's done okay, and it's just all of it. As I said, it's a FIFA card politics again. Oh, he's going to get 99 pace at right back. Yeah, give him the team of the year. Might as well. Like, come on.
the only argument you can make is Inter won the league, but even then, I don't think it's strong
Yeah,
enough.
but
It's
yeah,
not
And does Lukaku the year before deserve one? Or not Mertens, either Napoli.
exactly.
What an
Just
idiot.
because
I'm
players
thinking
win
of.
trophies doesn't
Have a
necessarily
dump.
mean they fit into the category of team of the year. Like,
That's true.
I think it should be based on individual stuff that
Same
they've
as your,
done. That
same as I know we're going to move on to it.
Go on.
No, I know we're going to move on to it, but Jorginho, in my opinion, doesn't deserve team of the year. Again, based off the trophies that he's won. If you're looking at trophies, yes. Individual performance is an Italian Jordan Henderson.
We'll discuss it then. We'll discuss that one. But is there anyone
Yeah.
in particular, not as a right back, like we could like put a centre back in there as well? Is there anyone on top of your head you can think of that could?
Again, if you're looking at teams and individual performances, you could argue a Kyle Walker.
Thiago Silva.
You say Thiago,
been
that's a
fantastic.
good
No,
shout.
not the
Thiago.
right back.
No, but I'm saying because you could make shift to put a centre back in there, but Thiago Silva's a good shout.
Yeah.
I actually had his teammate Rudiger. I thought Rudiger
Had a good season as well. I agree.
Definitely.
Yeah. If you're going for an out-and-out right back, I'd probably say Walker.
Kyle Walker.
Yeah.
You think City with their
Trent's
stuff
been out for
with
too
the
long.
Euros, or Trent, or Trent.
Which one would you say?
But yeah,
Dan?
missing the Euros ruined Trent's sort of. Not,
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Maybe not ruined it because he still had an outstanding year, but like as an overall year, had Trent been in the England Euro squad and then got to the final, it would have been Trent. It would have had to have been Trent. But
Yeah, I agree.
because he missed the biggest tournament and Liverpool didn't again get to the UCL final.
But I am still confused with why
stumbled a bit
Hakimi
in the
didn't get
league.
it.
Yeah, the Hakimi one's definitely a FIFA
A
card.
bit strange, but
Yeah.
it is
So
what it is.
we could, as we said, Rudiger, Thiago Silva, Champions League winners, but also like, well, amazing centre backs in that season. But Walker as well, as you said, or Trent. Now we've got an actual centre back. We've got Marquinhos got in there. What do you think of that
And who
one?
else?
Marquinhos and Ruben Diaz. I'm happy with Ruben Diaz.
Diaz.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd agree with them too.
Diaz can
Agree
stay.
with them too. Really?
Marquinhos, yeah, I can vouch for that as well.
Well, I'm going to go a bit different. I would have put one of the Italian centre backs in there, Chiellini or Bonucci.
What,
I
because of the Euros though?
But I thought they were amazing in the tournament as well. Like, especially
Yeah,
for
but then
example,
that's
Chiellini
what
at
I'm saying though.
36.
That tournament only lasted like 2-3 weeks. But you're basing the team of the year off the entire January to December. Like, if you're basing like a team of the year based on how well they perform for their international squad, then as I said like earlier, if Colombia win the World Cup, Muriel should get team of the year, no doubts. You see what I mean?
But he might have an okay season as well. But I think the Euros might like tip it. Like, if you think about,
Yeah, but let's say Bonucci and Chiellini had like a dog awful season at Juventus,
well,
but
they
then
did
all of
win
a
the
sudden
league.
they turned it up at Italy and they were unstoppable at Italy. But then that's only for like 2-3 weeks. Are you still putting them in that team of the year, even though they've been awful for Juventus?
I'll
see
put
what I mean?
Chiellini in there. I understand what you're saying, but I would put Chiellini in there. I think he's a solid centre back anyway, and we know
he's
that.
solid. Yeah,
But in that Euros, I thought them two.
I agree with Diaz. As you were saying, he's certainly gone about his business. People rate him. He's not overrated. He's not underrated.
Yeah.
But now people are starting to notice his work a bit more. He's I'd make Diaz being in there as well.
Diaz, 100% agree.
Diaz, defo, I agree with as well. But I guess you guys are happy with Marquinhos, but.
It could be more different people, I guess. As you said,
I wouldn't be mad at one of the Italians.
I wouldn't be mad, but
again, as you said, I don't think they won anything last year. No, who won Serie A last year?
Inter.
It wasn't Juve, was it?
It was Inter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was Inter. Yeah, so neither
That's
of
what I'm
them
saying. So you're basing it on 3 weeks worth of work.
True.
So
again, but it's also the Ruben Diaz argument of they've just silently gone about their business. They haven't done. But again, the whole Juventus team, it's an argument of they've won everything already in the last 8-10 years. So they've almost like a Messi. They didn't get their own expectations, their own heights. Therefore, they've had a crap season. But they haven't. They just haven't played as well. Or they've been someone's competed against them for once. I think that's more of the issue. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get that. I mean, with Juventus, I don't think they did win anything. I think they won like their cup, their domestic cup, but definitely one we need to check. And left back, which I'm happy with, is João Cancelo. I think
I agree.
fantastic
I completely agree.
season.
He's been absolutely amazing for City this and last season.
Definitely.
I don't know what it is, but he is so good. Because even when Kyle Walker isn't there, and they'll play like Zinchenko left back, and then he'll go right back. He is so good. It's unbelievable. Like everything he does, like the runs he does, the dribbles he does, it's just his positioning, his awareness, his vision. Everything he does is just pitch perfect to a fullback that you want. And I don't see another left back out there that challenges him for that. Like, if you can name one, I'll shut you down instantly because he is so good, João Cancelo.
What makes
Honestly.
that even better? He's not even a left back. He's a right back. He's a makeshift
Exactly.
left back.
Exactly. But I'm totally with that. I completely agree. Yeah, he deserves that left back spot.
Did they not? Was it Danilo and money that they transferred for him?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was like 60 mil though, wasn't it?
It wasn't expensive, was it?
I think it was about
60
60 mil, but there was, I don't know, 56? Was it? We need to check it.
It was quite expensive.
I'll have a look.
We'll have a look, but definitely.
Okay, yeah, carry on and I'll have a gander.
I think he was about 60 mil or something like that.
We need to definitely check that out. But yeah, definitely. All agreed there. Dan, you agree with Cancelo
65 mil. So, but obviously Danilo, it ended up being 30 million with the Danilo swap, but yeah, 30 mil.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I can't disagree with Cancelo.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. We're going to the midfield. They got De Bruyne, Jorginho, and Kante. How many of them three are we agreeing with, boys?
2.
De Bruyne, I can vouch for because he did well at both the Euros and he's done well at City. So by all means. Kante again. Kante is just a beast for wherever he plays. France, he's so good. Chelsea, he's so good. He's just that little role that you want. Jorginho is the bit of the wild card that I don't agree with, really. Let's say, for example...
Italian Henderson.
Let's say, for example, Chelsea bottled the Champions League, right?
Right.
And Italy bottled the Euros. Would Jorginho be in that position he is now in the Team of the Year? No. He's done, don't get me wrong, he's a fantastic player. He holds up the ball well. He knows what he's doing. However, I think the fact that he's won the Euros and the Champions League has really 20 times boosted his chances to get because even in the Ballon d'Or, where did he place?
Third,
fourth? Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. He's good, but the trophies
he finished above Salah and stuff like that.
Yeah, see, that's what I don't get.
But it's also, I saw a thing on Twitter the other day, and it was after this was released. It was I can't remember what team he was. It was a fan of another club, and he was going, Jorginho's a penalty merchant, but the penalties that he's had this year that are important, example, the Italy one in the final, he missed.
He balled. Yeah, exactly.
And he's not.
I didn't think of that.
I don't watch a lot of Chelsea, but he's missed his last few pens, hasn't he?
Yeah, didn't he miss the Italy pen as well to take them to the World Cup qualifiers?
He scored. Oh yeah, he missed one. Yeah, he scored the semi one, but yeah, he missed the couple, didn't he? And for ones at Chelsea this season. So the one thing that he's good at, which is penalties.
That's what I want to bring up as well. Does Emerson still play for you, Amir?
Emerson, he was with us last year when we won the Euro. No, when we won the Champions League, and he did win the Euros.
Do you see what I mean? So why isn't he up there in the Ballon d'Or list?
I guess because he's not a starter.
Yeah, but do you see what I mean? I
get what you mean.
If he's Italian and Chelsea and he's won the Champions League and Euros, why is his name not up in the Ballon d'Or list? And if people were saying that's why Jorginho's got up there, his stats compared, Kimmich, for example. Kimmich is an out-and-out perfect midfielder that you'd want in your team, a CDM that I just think deserves that role. He's been integral to that Bayern Munich team.
I think it's just because Germany flopped a bit. I think again.
I
wouldn't say De Jong. I wouldn't say De Jong. Barca are in tatters.
Yeah, but even still, he's been good.
I know it's individual performances, but they're not doing a lot as a team, as a club, anything. But with the whole Kimmich thing, again, as I said with the centre backs, as I was saying with the Italians, they did so well that they built their own hype up. They'd made themselves levels above everyone. So for Kimmich to go, I've won what I normally win. That sort of everyone went, yeah, all right. What's new? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. But then
right,
another example of this as well. What about Mason Mount? Why does he not get in there? As you said, he's won the Champions League with Chelsea and he came second in the Euros. Surely he obviously, and he's probably got better stats than Jorginho in that Chelsea squad. So
he got assist in the final.
Exactly. in retrospect, like I think that Jorginho card, I don't know why, but they put him in there. But I think it's flawed. I don't think he deserves that Team of the Year card.
There are so many better midfielders. We've named like 2 or 3 there.
Yeah.
Even your examples, like I don't know. It's I think he has to be in there in the regard of he comes third in the Ballon d'Or list, so he has to be in there.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think
You can't have a best 11 players with someone that finishes third not getting into the best 11 because then it just shows it's not even. Like was it a few years ago that Neuer won Champions League goalkeeper of the year, but Ter Stegen made it into the squad of the year or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, he's won goalkeeper of the year. You've made your team of the year in the Champions League or whatever it was, and the goalkeeper that won the award wasn't in the team. It just doesn't make sense. Which is again why I think Jorginho's in there.
I get that.
You're putting him that high up. He has to be in the team.
I think I'm the only one that probably agrees with it. I'll be honest. I do agree with it. Like if we quickly go through it, De Bruyne
is that Chelsea bias though?
I don't know because we agreed with Kante. Kante had man of the match performances, quarterfinal, semi-final, final. We're good with that. De Bruyne
Kante's consistent though. Where's Jorginho gone for the past couple? As Daniel said, he's missed penalties. He's done this and that. He's fallen off.
Jorginho had a good season.
He's a penalty merchant that doesn't score penalties.
He's a he scores. He was one of our. I think he was our top goal scorer actually. But I get what you mean.
Yeah,
like,
that's embarrassing.
It is quite embarrassing. But I don't know. Winning the Euros, I guess he was in the starting 11. I do see it, but I saw other people. I saw like Jamie Carragher and Gary Neville's team. They put Verratti in there instead.
I get
that.
Verratti was very good for Italy. He was very good for Italy. But then he was injured for the first half of the season, which is why I understand why he didn't make it.
Yeah, I think the Jorginho one's definitely the big talk.
It's a bit of a booky one that it's like a touchy subject. Yeah,
for sure. Should we go on to the strikers now? You ready?
Yeah, go on.
We've got Mbappe, Lewandowski, or Lewandowski as we call him, and Messi.
Lewandowski.
Yes. What do we think of that front three?
Controversial opinion. I would not put Messi in there.
Ooh, I would not put Mbappe in there.
I wouldn't put Mbappe in there either.
Yeah, Lewandowski's the only one that I'd put in there solid.
Lewandowski's.
Though, to be fair, if you look, I know he's again with the whole Farmers League argument, but Mbappe still broke like the goal scoring records and he still carried on scoring. Again, it's just PSG have won nothing and he missed the penalty in the Euros and France flopped. Bit of a stinker every year.
Yeah.
I forgot. And again, Lille won the league, didn't they?
Do you reckon him being on front of the FIFA 22 cover helps him get that team of the year?
Yeah.
It's the 99 pace.
Yeah.
It's that as well.
Yeah,
but
but
I think
again with
22 cover gets him like the boost.
100%.
It's an OP card, isn't it?
And then you look at it, so's Trent. And Trent didn't get one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I do
agree with Messi being in there. Messi.
I agree with Messi.
He's gone under the radar because obviously he's moved to PSG. But I do like for the first half of the season when he was at his Barca stage as well, he was still banging in them goals. Honestly, he was so good. And then against the Copa del Rey, he won that. Do you remember? So that
Copa America
again, we're all you said earlier.
Copa America, whatever it is. Sorry, yeah, Copa del Rey.
Lana Del Rey's brother.
Yeah. Copa America, that's like he's never won that. He's never won an international trophy with like Argentina. I remember everyone was like, "That's why Ronaldo's the GOAT" and everything like that. But now he's obviously won that. I think he deserves the place. His stats have been phenomenal as per usual, though. Do you know what I mean? Like I think when Messi, his stats have been so good that it becomes normal. That everyone's like, "Oh, it's not extraordinary. That's why he doesn't deserve it." But I think, mate, come on now. If you compare that to any other right wing or striker, no one's getting that. But I do think to replace Mbappe would have to be either.
I said Salah.
Salah, yeah, I'd agree. I would agree, and then you could argue a case for Ronaldo as well.
I don't see the Ronaldo, but back to the Messi thing, and we're going to have to bring Dan into this, why he doesn't want Messi.
Yeah.
But he did win Player of the Tournament in Copa America.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
In the final, he did. He was stinky in the final. We watched it. Neymar was, ran that game, but...
Yeah.
What's your reason?
I disagree with him being in there. Again, he's the greatest footballer of all time, but I'm a Ronaldo fan in the regards of the athlete. His overall athlete, he's amazing to watch. Messi is the better footballer. That's not me saying Ronaldo should be in there. because again he's flopped at United. But obviously, as you were saying earlier, you can't look at say someone drops a stinker for half a year and wins the Euros. Just looking at Messi's stats in Ligue 1 so far this season, 1 goal, 4 assists in 11 games, which again is one in every 2, which is brilliant. But he's flopped since for the last 6 months. That's not if you're looking at Messi stats again. I'm not saying he should be in there against Ronaldo's stats in the Prem, which is arguably a harder league.
I do agree with you. I do agree with you.
Ronaldo's done better than Messi in regards of. I know it's not all about goals and assists, but as you said, you can't judge it on 6 months. You can't judge it on one tournament.
You can't. But then if you sum up the entire year, if you bring up his stats for the entire year, he's unmatched with anyone. Like I think the only stat that someone beats him on is goals, and that's Lewandowski.
Yeah, Lewandowski's like again. I'm sure we can all agree that Lewandowski is 100% should be there, and deservedly one player of the year. Deservedly one player of the year,
without doubt.
Lewandowski broke the. I don't know. You guys heard this footballer Gerd
Muller's record.
Beat the record, the calendar year legend of German football.
He'd been gunning for that for years, didn't he?
It's a crazy achievement. But
I'll tell you what, boys.
Go on,
Miss. Sorry.
I was going to say, I get the Messi whole. He hasn't adapted to. Well, he has adapted, but like they're not Messi stats. But I don't know. I still think
so. Just
in the Champions League,
there's this website. There's I don't know how. Again, I've just Google searched it. There's a website called Messi vs Ronaldo. So I don't know how factual this is. But it's the 2021 calendar year. So for club and country, Messi 61 games, 18 goals, 43 assists, which worked out 123 minutes a goal, 87 minutes per goal contribution.
Right.
Ronaldo 65 games, 47 goals, 7 assists, which is 116 minutes per goal, which is 7 minutes better per Messi's. 101 minutes per goal contribution, which is 14 minutes worse off than Messi. So they're pretty much of a match. Obviously, Messi's got the more goal contributions, more often goal contributions. Sorry.
Well, so I've got a question for you boys then.
Go on.
I've got a question. So if we've got the front three of Mbappe, Lewandowski, and Messi, who's your 12th man?
Benzema.
Benzema's a good shout.
That's a good shout.
Or alternatively, that's what I was going to say. Instead of going for the obvious option, which is Mohamed Salah.
I don't know, Mohamed Salah's not
a good shout though. He's had a fantastic season.
I love, but Benzema's so underrated for me. Everyone's goes on about him, but he's like everyone goes on about him, but he's still, if that makes sense, still underrated.
Yeah.
Everyone knows how good he is, but like don't actually realize how good he is.
He is fantastic. He is so integral to that Real Madrid team. I completely agree with Dan. Honestly, he's for this season and the previous season, he's been so integral. And honestly, like the goals he provides for that team, like the leadership he provides as the number 9 role for that team. Like youngers are getting into that team and looking up to him, because that's what he does.
This 21-22 is that this season? It is, isn't it? So this season he scored. Again, we're what? 3.5 weeks into January, so I don't know what the cut-off dates are. But from the start of this season, 21 games, 17 goals, 7 assists for Madrid. Wow. Last season, again, half the year, 34 goals, 23 games, 9 assists. Again, some goals are going to overlap, but just even if you half it, he's still got
his stats are phenomenal. I completely agree.
20 odd goals and 10 assists in what? 30 games, which is still averaging a goal a game for a goal contribution. Which, if you're looking at Messi's, whatever it was, 83 or 88, you're near enough matching Messi's goal contribution by per minute.
It's crazy.
What about you, Amir? Who's your player? Who's your 12th?
Well, my personal team, I'd have taken Mbappe out for Salah, but Salah's would have been my 12th man. Yeah, definitely. I think the consistency in the Prem.
He has been fantastic for Liverpool.
The goals he scores, he's so important to that team as well.
Yeah, he is. I agree. 100%. He is very good for that team.
He doesn't get the recognition either. It's crazy.
Most players go under the radar.
You're not going to put in your Romelu Lukaku, your Inter Milan merchant, no?
No, mate, he can stay out.
You're not going to put Romelu Lukaku into this team?
I think she get in the team of the year. Martinelli.
In the future, maybe.
In the
I would have
future,
to
yes.
yeah, hard disagree.
Listen, 2025, Martinelli Team of the Year.
Cool, but that's it.
Was he going to be a team of the year with Cal the Dragon or something?
Where's João Pedro? Injured.
No, actually,
Is he not? Where's he not playing?
he is playing.
He
just lost 3-0 to
he's not
Norwich.
scoring. That's why Martinelli's levels above him.
Oh, that's
Discussion
us
for another
done. We're all good now. That's everything sorted.
Is that everything? Yeah.
Yeah, go
Right,
wrap
I've
it
got a
up.
quick question
My
before we
12th
wrap
man
up.
will be the cycling GK.
Shut up. I've got one quick question before we wrap up.
Go on.
Manager of the Year.
Oh, good question. Good question.
Manager of the Year.
You could argue Tuchel.
Thomas
Who
Tuchel.
won it? Pep? Was it Pep? No, it was Tuchel, wasn't it? It was both of Chelsea.
Tuchel won it. I think
Was it
2
both
Champions League
Chelsea?
final. Wait. No, that was the previous year, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Scrap that. But Tuchel definitely. How he transformed Chelsea. Three at the back, the innovation, the wing backs, everything. It's got to be. For me, is probably a bit of Chelsea bias into it. Thomas Tuchel, I guess. Roberto Mancini, maybe another one. Pep.
Roberto Mancini, yeah, I was going to say he could be up there.
Pep.
But
up
again,
there.
but again, you're saying you probably need a club manager in regard. Again, the argument of you can't just perform
3 weeks.
for
Exactly.
for 3 weeks. I agreed. Mancini only had 3 weeks to work with the squad that he had and won what he needed. He did what he needed to do. His target was win a trophy, and he won a trophy with all he could have possibly done.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're picking a manager of the year. I feel like it would need to be again a World Cup year, potentially. For example, this year.
No
If you're
Gareth
picking a
Southgate for
manager-
you.
I think it has to be a consistent year, as Amir said, like Tuchel. He's gone through with Chelsea and he's won the Champions League.
Well, yeah, or not even that. As I was going to say, if you were to pick an international manager, I'd say a World Cup year. So everyone's got the same tournament.
Yeah, I agree.
Everyone's playing the best of the best. Because if you think, like for example, now, like the AFCON's on or the Copa America, there's like weaker sides, whereas the World Cup is everyone best of the best. Everyone play. Obviously, you get your Panamas and your Paraguays and your wherever else. But compared to your Germany and your France, no offense, but obviously they are the weaker footballing nations.
Yeah,
out of, and if you've got 3 of them in your group and you're Brazil,
you're chilling.
Yeah.
No Gareth Southgate for you, Dan?
No.
So who are we going for then? I'm going to go for Tuchel as well, man.
Tuchel. What about you, Dan?
Yeah, Tuchel with Mancini as his assistant.
Perfect. That's sorted.
Sweet as.
Cool.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that everything?
Everything.
Perfect stuff. All right. Well, it's a cheeky little team of the year overview from us. I'm afraid, obviously, Chavez couldn't make it because he's currently at uni studying to become a doctor. And we'll be back tomorrow with our next match week summary. Who we obviously
I might not make it till tomorrow.
Why?
Well, after the Friday that I had, it wasn't great.
Oh yeah. Expect a rant from Dan about what
and B from our 0-0 fucking.
A few rants. We're gonna get a few clips out of that one.
Yeah, I mean, you did have a good weekend.
Man United done well, so it'll be a good one tomorrow. So keep tuned in, and we'll see you tomorrow for a brand new episode. Take care, guys.
Thank you.